Ethos and company are going to be starting on the attack. Oh, geez. I'm curious to see how this Yoru is going to be played. I haven't casted Yoru too much, even since his launch way back nearly, 7, 8 months ago. And Ethos, of course, like you mentioned, is famous for his Yoru play. So I'm wondering how Rock Bottom are going to adapt around that one agent in particular, but also in conjunction with probably a lot more fast play styles from the Rays.
Yeah, and Raze is, like you said, pretty much an instant pick on this map. And I mean, historically, always was the case. I guess I always was a little bit hesitant just because of all the updates and the changes where I feel like she got hit probably one of the hardest out of all agents, to be honest. But I agree with you. Like, it does make sense to keep her. It just makes it that much harder for her to, do kind of all the big things we've seen in all the past of Valorant.
Have to see, though, who can be the better Rays. Starting things off, map number 3 of the best of 3 today. Rock Bottom versus flickbaiters coming out. And early shots come on by Etox. Starts things off, rips open to seal the game. Yet the fall, but not for much longer. Hope does find their trade there. And this Yoru hasn't found anything just yet, but they're able to make a huge and grand escape as everyone pushes on to A. But keep in mind where that gate crash is. It's by Fountain. They could easily take the spike and teleport all the way over. But the rotates have already been called. The spike's going into the ground, Laz. And full control of the site is in the favor of Flick.
It completely is. And I mean, now Rock Bottom finally making it to the party. Matt able to take down Nerfed. So they lost that utility at their disposal. They still have the 2 duelists available for flickbaiters. Redux playing a very tight angle, might be able to find this little opening and does, able to take the head of Hope. That's a good amount of time, but the spike, it's getting diffused, and it's going to be Rock Bottom that are able to pull that through, and flickbaiters baiting that time a bit too long.
Oh, look at that pressure being brought out from Rock Bottom, making sure even if the angles are held, flickbaiters certainly know that they're being held and can't necessarily push forwards onto them, even if they heard the spike getting diffused. It was a tough situation to be in for that opening round, and this is the first time we've seen Rock Bottom win a pistol.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty much flickbaiters every time that they pick up pistols, but they have the control. But I mean, they just got those players from Rock Bottoms. They were able to get into the site and just pretty much stick to the fuse and never letting go. And that's where flickbaiters just weren't expecting that. So now they have the advantage where they can start things off in their favor. Redux might be able to get the perfect timing of this, and he does, and he takes down Hope. That is such a good window of opportunity and takes full advantage of it. So a really good start here for flickbaiters.
Ethos somewhat posturing their way onto A, taking down the utility like a spy cam, and it's baiting out the double rotate coming from the Sova and from the Cypher. That's huge. Look where the rest of the flickbaiters are. They're right outside Hookah. It's a 2v2 now for both sites. Shots have been made on both different ends, it seems. Oh, but the Jet's going to rotate over. It's only going to leave Omen and Garden by themselves. Matt is the only one. The re-rotate comes by. No one on the attack has put themselves out in the open just yet for A. Until they go and rotate over.
And I like what I'm seeing from Nerfed. I mean, he's going to be able to creep on through. He should be able to throw the one smoke that should go for the blockage, but he's going to commit to this. The positioning from the defensive players, they don't actually go for the peak, so they're going to wait it out a little bit here. This is great now, so you use Paranoia as well as the smoke comes in. Ethos is being a bit of a distraction, still keeping these 2 players close on by, and Nerfed able to find the head of one, and Matt comes in from the side, but he's only able to get the one and done, so the spike's going to get planted. Rock Bottom, they're just down to 2 players.
That's right, and these 2 players are nowhere near each other at all. Yif now on the Jet. Going for the juggle peek around Car. No control at all of Lamps, but the problem is, the more they push up, the more players they have to deal with. They get traded after 1. That was still good. But Maze by themselves. They hear the gate crash. Doesn't matter when Ethos falls. A 1v2. 2 to work with. Smokes inside Lamps. Rotate over from the other Omen, though. And a strafe shot from Nerf just going to secure things.
Nice little triple, and that's a thrifty round for flickbaiters, sorry. And they were just able to really find some good openings against Rock Bottom. And I mean, I think it all honestly started with Redux just, going against Hope. And I mean, Hope was just kind of spraying and praying through the smoke and gets punished for it. And now they're on the save. We're at ourselves a tie game just with 1-1. It's still early on, but man, this pressure is absolutely cooking for this best of 3.
Absolutely. There's no give or take. There's no leeway being brought up from either teams as of yet. I love Ethos going for the distraction every round, but it could easily get countered by Rock Bottom in these next few rounds. It could easily be read out. But Ethos now pushing with the rest of the team. the only one on the team with flashes to utilize here, except for a single paranoia, could be used for the entry. Teleporter's already gone into play from rock bottom, going towards the back. It's a fake TP from the attack as well. Rajante is still watching from behind as well. Could be Nerf pushing in, finding the opening pick as well. But look at this, lads. They have full control of the site, and rock bottom's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, they're all stuck in back and middle, so I mean, they have no control of this. They're not going to be able to do anything. So now they're even pushing down B tunnel as well, which makes it even that much harder for rock bottom. I mean, they don't even have proper weapons.
No.
Redux is going a little bit hunting here, trying to find Toasty. They need to be a little bit careful. It should be an easy pick for them, but Toasty might be able to catch them off guard. A nice shock dart just to touch the toes. But this is a good control here from flickbaiters.
Shock dart not going to go quite the way they had hoped. Toasty still being a distraction. The exits would look very promising, but they don't survive much longer. 2 left alive, coming from behind. Not for much longer, though. It's Matt now. Watching the gate crash. Could be good for 1, but it's a flawless for flickbaiters, and it seems like they've woken up again.
You know, that's the one thing that's funny about, you know, Yoru, where gate crash is, like, you could see in that moment, like, the players were just waiting. Like, they could see it sitting there in garden, so they were just anticipating for him to just be a little bit cheeky and use it so they can maybe pick up a free frag because they're just waiting for him. But that's where it's such a great distraction, too. I mean, this isn't, like, a critical round, but it just kind of goes to show, like, what it kind of does. It's like that itch, you know, like, you just can't get rid of it. And that was just a bit of an issue for rock bottom. They couldn't find that weapon. But Yif does now have the operators switching things up and actually playing the jet. We haven't seen that yet.
No, we haven't quite yet. Early drone's going to come by. Doesn't find any info. There's 2 inside showers uncontested, and Rajante might be in for a bad time. But this is a huge rush. Etho's going to go in for the stairs, thinking it might be a teleport. Nerf, though, going to find the opening pick, and Etho's still to fall. That's a gigantic one to go down. No gate crash to worry about.
Such a great execution into this site. Now rock bottom. They got 2 players that are going to be in the washroom, but Nerf, he gets caught at the wrong place, the wrong time. He's not able to teleport himself out now. It's a 4-on-3 situation, actually in favor for rock bottom now. So flickbaiters, they got 2 players that are going to be in elbow. They have the big flank from their Cypher, but Intox actually does land that shot against Hope. Fake defuse going to be tried here from Matt. Hunter's Fury going to be used up close and personal. Only the one time, but it's going to be a Sprayerino, and Rajante able to help them out here. Rock bottom, they're falling apart, and that's a 3rd round for the flickbaiters.
Very nice work from Flick. Just rushing onto the site. Double blast pack as well, in combination with the paranoia, was such a strong usage from Flick to get into U-Haul, essentially. But now, we're going to be seeing rock bottom. Their economy, it's in shambles. They've been able to buy up the majority of these rounds to kind of go toe-to-toe with Flick, but they haven't been able to really win the gunfights. And now, on top of that, they're on a Shiko.
Yeah, they have to just preserve these, like, the money as much as possible. They even have light armor, too, so it's not even like they're just buying, you know, the Sheriff and that's it. They're actually putting quite a bit of investment into this. So they're actually getting quite aggressive, and they did a really good job against Intox, sorry. He's already down to 23, and they're getting a little bit more aggro, and I like to see this, but Faders are putting a lot of presence into this, and that's going to be Redux able to clean the sweep here and taking 2 more, and rock bottom, they're only just down to 2, Keg.
Wow, and rock bottom again, separated out completely. Matt's already been spotted by Rajante. Spotted so much they turn into an angel, and it's going to be May. Last one alive now.
Spike planted.
Not really much you can do. You hear the sandy footprints of Rajante on the other side. They don't check in time. Bullet to the skull. At least it's not a flawless round, and you pick up a little bit of more weaponry. But that's all. That's the only success that Matt or May and the rest of rock bottom have for this round.
It is, and I mean, if May can stay alive, this could be really big. Maybe pick up 1 more frag, but you know that flickbaiters are going to try to put a little bit more pressure onto this. May does have full HP as well, but it does look like this Raze is going to go for the flank. Redux actually does get a nice little touch and gets the frag and making it a triple this round, so the save, not even an option here for rock bottom.
Great strafing. Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's 8 points. You just wasted 8 ult points. Wrong click of the button. Oh, you hate to see it.
Ah, jeez. I'm wondering. Redux was probably going to use that next round too, right? Double blast pack into any which way, go for the showstopper to start things off, because it's the buy-up round for Rock Bottom too. So it's kind of extra salt in the wound, but the economic side for Rock Bottom still not in the best place either. If they lose this round, they're back to an eco. Early drone comes by along with the footsteps, the bait out, and I'm wondering if that bait out with the footsteps is in conjunction of because of the lack of a showstopper in hand. Nerf is going to fall. This is not looking good for flickbaiters. It all began with that misclick.
It all begins with just one click of the button, and it's already looking like it's playing against them. May just missing that shot. It looks like Intox almost gets right into the crosshairs. But look at this. They're still putting on pressure. Intox still trying to be a little bit, adventurous, finding something through the smoke. Not able to now. Not a lot of utility burned here from Rock Bottom, but there is still a lot of presence from flickbaiters. They're really not letting go of this short. They want to still try to see if they can make this work in their favor.
Hope is still waiting on top of brown box. Attempted spray through the smoke. Vandal tracers will be seen. But it's all a great distraction for Hope. No one wants to push just yet except for Ethos. Flash goes in, playing aggressive. Cypher's on B site though, to watch out for. Rajante and company want to play off of each other. Get this to work. Hope could have their chance of the shots, but no! Finding the dink's not enough. Showstopper comes out instead, but also misses. Oh, jeez. Now it's down to a 2v5. May's still alive. Ethos to fall. One left alive. Inside. Up above. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Yif on the ground. Shot to the head. And Rock Bottom, when it wasn't looking good, they found flickbaiters.
Such an interesting round from flickbaiters. I mean, I'm just not sure why they were putting so much, of their attention on short. Like, they didn't even try going mid. They didn't even try putting any kind of noise at B. They really just wanted to commit to one thing and one thing only, short A. And I mean, Rock Bottom, they closed it. They weren't even allowing any room at all.
Maybe flickbaiters were trying to bait out a rotate from A to B, and that's why Ethos was pushing up into hookah. That's my best guess, but it was almost a comedy of errors from flickbaiters there, and I'm hoping maybe now they've kind of reoriented themselves a little bit more. They got back on the proper footing. That drone's going to come out again. It's not going to find anything, though, to start things off, and that could be huge, especially not really seeing where those tripwires are. That could be devastating if they decide to regress onto the site.
Not a lot of information gained. Matt's still weighting things up. A really good camera placement, so going to be able to get some good in.
Wow, that hit?
That actually did work. And oh man, Matt, he's able to find one. Can he find the second? No, Ethos able to trade that immediately. They get the spike in the site now. Going to go for the plant. And Intox actually does take down Toasty Unicorns. The Sova goes in favor of the attackers. That's going to be neural theft. That's going to be used here as well from flickbaiters. So they get that information to the remaining defenders. And they're all just back in the B tunnel.
May going to go for the paranoia. Could be good for 2. Yef with no information pushes forwards. 1 hookah to watch out for. 3 inside garden. Hope again, blindly pushing. Paranoia comes by, blinds out at least 1. Nerf still could find the trade, the cross. Not good for any just yet. Going for the defuse, waiting for the shots, hearing them out. And he's just waiting for the push-up. Instead, they have to do it themselves. It's a candy cane in the feed. Hope still backing off, backing away. They can't go for the defuse. It's another one for Flick.
Great control. The post plant just able to shut it down. I mean, you saw that Rock Bottom. They tried to go for the commitment. It was almost there, but time was just against them. It was a little bit too late. But that was some really good utility usage late round that we saw from Flickbaiters. The smokes came in. Flashes were coming in from the Yoru and really just kind of decimated that plan.
Absolutely. Even that Cypher utility we talked about before pushing onto the site that we were worried about didn't really do a lot for the Cypher. That shock dart really messed things up for Matt and forced them out into the open. So if I'm Rock Bottom right now, yeah, I mean, look at where Matt is. They had to readjust to A site, so hopefully they don't get caught out again. Oh, but B's the way to go, though, it seems. Baiters. Pushing forwards with their utility again. Boombot's going to go down. The footsteps, of course, going to be baited out in terms of audio. But the flash is going to seal the deal here. Still not too late to go for teleporter.
And there's 3 players here from Rock Bottom committed to this B site as well. They don't have the Cypher there, but they do have the Jet Sova and the Omen. Toasty going to be able to find one player at least. He might have been able to spot it. Now that's going to be the Hunter Spear he used. He actually does make some good touch. He takes some good damage against the
Ethos.
And he misses it. But look at this! Ethos out of nowhere! That's what the problem with Yoru, and he comes out of nowhere! Peekaboo, here's Ethos, and now Rock Bottom. They might just have to save this again.
They just had 5 heart attacks on the enemy side. Holy. And yeah, the double save needs to come through. Not even close to B. No real decent way of rotating through. Unless they go teleporter, they're going to be caught out by the Cypher trap wires. At this point, Hope and company, they have to look for exits out of teleporter or even back towards the enemy spawn.
Oh boy, and that's honestly one of my favorite things about Yoru is just, you know, this like peekaboo little moment where like, where the heck did he come from? And just you know, pops out of the curtain. Hey, I'm right here, and just picks up multi-frags.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. I was not expecting you at this party.
Oh. Okay, so the save goes through. Flickbaiters are very, very good for the half. And Rock Bottom, this is usually the side they prevail the most on. Their defense has been unbelievable in the last 2 maps, but this time around, it seems like they're having a hard time adjusting through the raw aggression that Flickbaiters have brought out every single attacking side on each map. And I'm wondering what the cause of that could be, because the Cypher has been really pushed back towards on the spike side itself, and not so much to stall out the initial play. I'm wondering if that's the adjustment that needs to be made, and we can see that though inside of Hookah. Problem is though, Flickbaiters are not going to go towards Hookah, they're going towards A.
Cover going out.
And last time they tried to do this, it did not work. So now Ultimate's going to be used here from Nerf. Get some information. He actually does commit to it. So he does have the spike in his hands. Ethos gets a nice shot. That's going to work. He gets the nice entry in. Dante going to go for the swing, but no, Hope wins that exchange. Spike's going to go down now. You can see the defending players, 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. This is very interesting positioning.
And Rock Bottom can't save 3 times in a row. They're able to find some of the rowdier players. Redux the fall. They could be good for another, and they are. Ethos is next up in line. But Intox and Nerf, they're waiting. They're on the lines again, but one able to sneak on behind. It's going to be a 1v2, it seems. Nerf's the last one alive. Unknown about the other enemy. They hear the sounds, the defuse going underway. The blast packs instead from behind, though. It's a 1v1. Time is running out. If it's good for 3, but is there enough time? And it seems like there is.
If Nerf could have got away just on the side of that door, he could have been able to win that and bait them more time, but he did commit to it, and he just missed it. You could see his crosshair just dipped a bit too low. But Flickbaiters, they almost make the A hit successful. Rock Bottom, I mean, they barely took that away, Keg. That came right down to the 1v1.
Really nice retake, or at least a retake attempt from Rock Bottom. They're playing around again for Flickbaiters to see exactly where the Sentinel is going to be played on the defense, right? They've played around the Killjoy last time around. They played it against the Cypher this time, and that's Flickbaiters' technique. They're able to use Ethos too for that early info if they can't find it immediately either. But this time, they're playing directly into the Cypher's grasp. Matt's on the other side. Redux pushing it fast, and Hope finding Nerf. That's huge for the lack of a controller. Now it's up to Ethos. Has to play the entry along with the drone. Gonna push on through. Cypher's on the other side. Gate crashing. Goes by. And the spray control's not there. Ethos is good for one before they fall. The Marty down comes by.
Yif going to be in the corner now. Bladestorm is going to be activated, and the Sova actually pushing up mid. So now they have the information that none of the Flickbaiters are in mid. Yif actually able to find that frag against the Duelist Redux. So that's a very important frag. Recon Bolt actually does connect. That is got to be so irritating. Another one comes through. Yep, gonna have to just swing out, but he's gonna get taken down. Toasty Unicorns gonna gallop his way to a triple, making it their 4-6.
Okay, really solid comeback coming by from Rock Bottom now. They've been able to find a technique that seems to work. A lot of the time before, it was kind of just letting Flickbaiters push onto the site and kind of dealing with either the post plant or just the rest. It worked on Icebox. Kind of worked on Ascent, but it looks like it's too small of a map right now for Bind for it to work effectively for Rock Bottom. So instead, they're playing fire with fire.
And this is what we saw before. Flickbaiters, they always seem to get a really good amount of momentum, and then all of a sudden, you know, Rock Bottom, they kind of pull things back, and then Flickbaiters, you know, they pull their second, third, fourth wind, and they're just making a nice comeback as well, and we're starting to see it. 2 rounds left of this first half. Map number 3, nonetheless. Orb going to be retrieved here. Ultimate going to be now used. Dimensional Drift. Etho's going to get so much information. He's pushing on in. Rajante able to take down the head of Toasty. And Ethos, look at this again. He makes so much use out of it. Just comes right out of it. Picks up the frag. Buddy gets traded. What a 3v4 situation here, Keg.
There's a reason why he's one of the best Yoris around. And look at this Intox and Redux. Good for another. Clearing out the site. One still CT. And Matt is, Matt's doing his own thing. He's gonna go for the teleport now, but on the other side, Nerf, they take down immediately the Cypher. Hope is the last one alive. I don't think Obi-Wan's here this time around, though. They do have a showstopper. 10 HP. They bring it out.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Was that, and now I'm kind of assuming he wanted to go for that just to pick up the frag, but again, I'm just not sure it's worth it. I mean, you know you got spammed through the corner of the wall. You're down to critical low HP. And I mean, I was just a little bit surprised to see it be activated because that was the only ultimate available for Rock Bottom. And now it's gone. You're not going to have another chance at this.
By no means. And this is now 2 interesting inputs being brought out by the showstopper. One for each team now. The showstopper hasn't had any impact on this game at all. Every single one has. Yeah, it hasn't. The show just continues to go on. Not a single kill has been a result of it. And Ethos, early on, maybe able to find some luck in showers, but they back off before it gets too hairy. Oh, but we could see the showstopper work now, right? Yes! Yes, we do! It's about time! Finally! But they also die immediately.
Hunter's Fury going to be able to connect a shot as well. Yif now takes down Nerfed. Rock Bottom put themselves in a very good position. Spike not advanced itself close enough yet, but Ethos not able to get that frag. It was much needed. Rajante now able to come from the sideline, able to find one. They might be able to rotate out of this through spawn. If they can take down Toasty, this could be huge. They're going to have to go for the swing, but Intox doesn't make it work, but Toasty again finds another 2-piece. We got a 7-5 going into the second half.
Oh, that was such a good maneuver from Toasty, using the very last second before the neural theft came out, knowing that he would be spotted. He went for the hero flick and got a double kill from that. That's something only players dream of doing. Fantastic work, but there's still work to do for Rock Bottom's side. Toasty Unicorns got the amazing kills, but now, going to the second half, they need to get the next 2 rounds in a row before things get a little bit more dicier. Problem is, though, is that besides the very first pistol round of this game, usually these opening 2 rounds of a half have gone to flickbaiters every single time.
It completely has, and I mean, now, it's not as critical as before, but I'm going to be curious if they can pull this through, and I think Rock Bottom in the first half of this map, they were able to get the pistol, so we'll see how things can go now. Switch things over, Rock Bottom on the attacking side. Flickbaiters do have that 2-round difference. Redux actually does get a little bit of information. Yif giving away his positioning. Matt trying to be quiet as ever. Might be able to go for the swing and help his teammate get that trade. No advancement of the spike, but their raise is actually committed pretty far up mid, so they gotten some good information, but they're going to pull back here, Keg.
Yeah, this is uncharacteristically slow for both teams. And Redux, he's getting antsy. Really wants to find that opening information. Or even better, a kill. Oh, but both of those are going to be denied. Spike now going to be grabbed. 55 seconds left. Nerf moving around. Hiding in a corner. A lot of isolated plays potentially happening here. May could possibly find themselves in a 1v2 as well. Nerf waiting right on the other side. Opening engagement goes through the spike on the entry. He's going to go down. And what's worse is that the backup could also go underway. But Yif from behind, seemingly out of nowhere, takes over the site. And now Redux is stuck. They're forced away from their homeland.
And yeah, they have no other option. They either commit to that or go through the TP, and they do. So they actually get away with it. They're able to escape the crime scene, and now going to be able to go into the B site. Now Spike is going to get planted. It's a long rotate here from Flickbaiters. Ethos is going to be having the gate crash going to be activated now, which is, again, a good diversion. They're going to push on through. Rock Bottom playing very passive in the corner of elbow as well, and B long, but Ethos able to get that shot onto Yif. Dante might be able to find this, and he does, but Toasty Unicorns brings it back to the one-on-one situation. He's low, he's down to 43, but the defuse is being committed. He's not letting go yet. This could be a problem, but it's already halfway. This is looking so good. Toasty once again gets caught. He's down to 17, but Rajante makes it look so easy.
Like bread and butter. Beautiful work from Rajante. Two of the, I almost want to say goalie players of the team again. Two who have gotten some of the most craziest impactful kills. Maybe not leading the scoreboard, but at the ones who have been able to find those kills. Rajante and Toasty going neck and neck at the very end. And that was only a pistol round, but goes to flickbaiters again, and Rock Bottom, they've already set the tone for how they want to play the attack of the second half. They want to play very slow, wait for Flick to overextend themselves, but at the very end of the day, Flick was able to maintain themselves and equal out that momentum, and Rock Bottom were the ones that overextended. So we have to see now with better weaponry if that can still be the case. If pushing up inside of showers, multiple bodies, in fact, it's the whole team, throwing them off guard. Redux good for one, but the trade comes by to even things out.
I love that play from Rock Bottom. They get that trade. That was perfect usage. Now they're just going to go for this. Ethos gets a nice little flash, gets the one, gets the two. And now Rock Bottom giving up this round. This should be pretty much an easy mop-up. It is. That's going to be a 9-5 here for flickbaiters. We're going to have Rock Bottom putting their weapons on the board. Lots of pressure here, because if flickbaiters can win this round, this is a bonus keg. So if they take this, this is where you start to shake in those boots if you're Rock Bottom.
Oh, absolutely. If we see Rock Bottom not win this next round, attack timeout needs to come out.
Completely agree. Yeah, a timeout is absolutely going to be critical, and we're probably going to see so many more now that we're in map number 3 with how close this game is going. But if flickbaiters get this, I would not be shocked if we see it.
Playing the aggression early on. Robot wars happening inside showers. Grenade's going to be huge. Could potentially find a lot of damage on the nerfed. But it looks like no. It doesn't collect on either side. It allows Yif, though, to push onto the site. Not knowing about triple just yet. Detection's been made, though, for one at the very least. Ethos pushes up, completely blind. And look at that. Inside showers, another to fall. But still, Nerf, last one alive, only getting detected now. Could be good for one, but Nerfed instead. Nerfed and Intox sandwiching everyone apart. This was all a trap. And now it's down to Matt, who's been re-sandwiched themselves. They've been pre-packaged. It's up to Intox now.
No. Look
last
at
one
Matt.
alive.
He's by himself.
This is not good.
This is
not
so
good.
bad.
Not good. Not good at all. They can't even get the orb. They could potentially, as a one final act of life, they may have to. Not sure about the other side. Want to do it safely. It's not too late, though. Rehante still in the back. Towards car.
30 seconds
Triple
left.
as well. Matt's playing a dangerous game. Not even going for the orb. Could be good for Rehante. No, not yet. Taking their time. Early point into a double!
Holy moly. Matt finds a nice, good chance where he's able to get the double, but again, that's where the swing comes in. That looked so scary. If that would have been a second later from flickbaiters, I honestly don't know. That would have been a 50-50 chance for either side, but my goodness, Matt does great work with what he had limited to him. We were thinking the spikes in the middle of the site, it couldn't have gone worse for him.
Absolutely, and that was almost a clutch situation from them. I certainly got the neural theft now.
Now we got flickbaiters on the double digits, 10-5 now. Ethos going to be in the teleporter in a great position, and this is going to be annoying for Rock Bottom. He might be getting the perfect time. They don't even look at this. They're fully looking away. If he peeks at this now, he might be able to get himself a double, maybe even the triple, but he's going to be patient. He's going to wait things out. He gets the one. He takes down May. Why not? So now they realize they have to go against him, but he's able to TP out of that, and that's the problem of Gate Crash. You just don't even know where he is at all now.
Okay, that was pretty awesome. But now Intox gonna get traded out. Chico round for Rock Bottom. 3v4 though, all things considered. Rehante good for yet another one. Holding themselves back. Really playing the goalie here. Another crosses, another one to fall. It's like a game of bowling. There's still one more left to deal with though. Could be Redux pushing all the way in the back of the site, not realizing they're inside the smoke, but Ethos gets the first, gets the last, able to secure it up, and now they're only 1 point away from match point or series point.
Really good control of this game, and like you said, I love that little trick that we saw from Ethos. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of what, a Yoru can do, is the fact that, you can play in one spot, you can get yourself out of that, bit of a bind, and you can just get out and have another chance at everything.
Hey, wait a minute.
The puns are here.
You're right. Oof, that would really hurt me, Laz. Oh, but what else hurts is Ethos, apparently. They're hurting a lot. 33 HP and a dream to start off barely a few seconds into the round. And, well, your only duelist is gone for Flick. They're playing this so slow. Rotates have already been called for flickbaiters. Yev pushing dangerously in the showers. Redux on the other side waiting at the entrance. Nerfed is completely in a different dimension, it seems. Able to push the way through. Backing up now. Any call could be made right now.
Yeah, very interesting positioning from Rock Bottom. They have the 2 players committed inside a washroom. You got Redux just there, nerfed, playing a nice little one-way with the smoke. But it's kind of 2 players there, so what they're probably going to go for is try to swing this together if they can, so at least getting a trade if they find it. Tox does get it, but Nerf peaks a bit too late, and now this is where Rock Bottom should be able to push into this. Rahante is able to get into elbow now, so he should be able to find himself a frag. Yes, he does. Very good moment there.
Oh, it doesn't quite work out with the blast packs. Rahante again re-rotating the way through U-Haul. May on the other side. Double pinch comes through. Rahante the fall now. Hunter's Fury, a final act of Valorant. Can't quite find anything from that, though.
If he can take down a couple people, this could be very good for them. I mean, they should have enough money on the board. Intox creeping through. Shock Dart going to be landing. That might be able to get the frag. It does, but it's a little bit too late. Toasty Unicorn had a good peek as well.
I mean, that was a really good round from Rock Bottom. They were able to mitigate the control from Flick, especially Ethos going down so early on. It seemed like the majority of what flickbaiters wanted to go for was just having Ethos find that early info, find the opening pick, and really just have a field day off of that. But once that was denied right off the rip, it was difficult for them to kind of readjust, it seems. But now, still only 1 point away from match point, and then 2 points away from completing the series. We are seeing a lot more of a pressure being built on Flick's side for B. All pushing out at once, though. A war zone's going to entrance itself upon B main. If pushing up immediately. No real smokes to... Oh, sorry, flashes to work with from Rock Bottom's side. They have to back out while they can.
Information is gathered. The recon bolt actually does give some information away that Rock Bottom would have at least 2 players at the bottom of long B. I don't believe it spotted the spikes. So again, flickbaiters, they have the 3-2. So they got 3 at A, having their 2 players at B with the Cypher trips and everything. That's a great setup. But now, Rock Bottom had been able to get some hookah control just almost there. But it's going to be a 4-1 split. So a lot of pressure here from 2 for flickbaiters.
Grenade goes through. May try to create some space. Damage droned out by the Owl. Last pack is going to go by, and Showstopper in collaboration as well. So many ults being brought out all at once, and it's not working out at all for the attacking team. Rahante again with a double is going to end things up. But look at this. May has to back up now. 3 left alive for the side of Rock Bottom. Trying to push forwards again. So much utility usage. 1 hiding away. It's Matt watching for the cross, but no one's there. Nerf just waiting so far away with the smokes in hand. Intox good on elbow, but the confirm needs to happen from Matt from CT side. Speaking of CT, another one to push up here. They see the barrel of 1. Ethos on the other side. It's a double pinch, but they don't realize it just yet. Blast pack goes through. Some damage. Ethos with the information, having the force to push themselves out. Now Redux good for 1, but what about Tube? It's going to be 2 for Tube.
Great play. I mean, I love the ultimate from Ethos. Again, you kind of be that diversion. They can see him just because they're in that radius. And then he's able to pop out of it, and they both just swing and get that player. So that was a top position for Matt, because in that kind of a spot, you either hold the ground or you try to be a little bit more aggressive so that you can find maybe that one-on-one exchange to kind of bring things back to a even playing field. But he really wanted just to commit to sit there. But I mean, like you said, his position was given away automatically. His rifle barrel was just sticking out, so that made it even worse of the chances for him to win that.
He's just got to saw it off next time.
Just
a tiny bit.
gotta saw it off. It's such a feel-bad moment, though, when the barrel sticks out. You're just like, how did you know I was there?
Exactly. And there's no way as the other player to know. But Hope's gonna push forwards. Ethos. Of course, that flash is gonna go a little early. Opening pickup was by into a neural theft. No less. That's huge for all the cloudbursts and smokes coming through. Nerf playing goalie again finds a double headshot. Oh, there's the problem though. It's a triple. Maybe make it 4. No one left. It's only down to rock bottom, having one left alive. Things have gotten serious. It's a showstopper to truly end the show this time around.